Hey, I see a new deal in Indiana. Congrats on getting another owner that wants an offer. So you're gonna take the address, put it in Redfin, go to the map, nearby homes for sale, and then we're going to look at of course sold in the last 6 months. This is a single family, so we're looking at single family. And the square footage is about 18. Oh, I also like to have the deal machine pulled up or at the same time just to verify, square footage and basement and everything. So we have 858 square feet and so we're gonna enter that here. There's a garage, you didn't put any basement, so I'm not sure if this has a basement or not. I guess if you leave it blank, I'm gonna assume it doesn't. But inside deal machine we can verify that. Basement unfinished. So there is a basement, so it could be finished. So we're gonna enter that basement square footage in there. If it's a single story, like one story, usually the basement's the same size as the first level. If it's a two-story, usually the basement's the size of the first level. So enter the square footage in here. You want to ask the owner as well, confirming that. You put gut rehab. Gut rehab would mean that the inside is needs everything and maybe the outside's in good shape. But just doing a Google Street View looks like the roof looks okay, but the siding looks like needs some work. Meter doesn't look too bad. Also, if you don't have the owner doesn't send you pictures again, just Google the address. Maybe there's pictures on Zillow or other websites. So here, what's for sale by owner? Okay, that's where you got the lead. Awesome. Yeah, it's kind of like yeah, it is a gut rehab on the inside. It's kind of in between, like could be a total gut, but yeah, gut rehab I think is fine. And then we're gonna go and get the comps. So again, just square footage, condition, comps. So we're here in Redfin. We got our not this one. We got our map up. We're looking at sold last 6 months, same type of house, and try to get similar square footage. So about 10% close to it. So we're at about 1,000 and under. And we're gonna see what we find. So there's no comps, only one comp. I zoom out twice. So there's about half a mile. Zoom out a third time. I mean, zoom out a second time, you're probably looking at a mile, a little bit over that. So yeah, it's about a mile. These could be about a mile out, a little bit more. So we have the comps here: 146, 158, 86. And whether you're gonna rehab the basement or not, you're gonna look at the comps as well. So a good thing to do is look at to see if their basements are finished. You see that? I can see in the pictures if the basement's finished or see that's unfinished. So my property, I don't have to rehab the basement. On this comp, so let's go to the second comp. Second comp is similar. You can also search other ways to search basement is you can see basement here. So it says unfinished. You can read the description. You can go to property details in Redfin and then go to interior and it will tell you if it has a basement, it's finished. And again, the other way is the pictures. So you see that unfinished. This is the basement, it's unfinished. And getting this wrong, like if these comps have finished basements and yours need to be finished, you can get your offer off by like 20, 30 grand or even more. So it's good to look at to see if I need to add this. So whatever you add as a square footage, in here, it's gonna add that to the rehab costs. So that's gonna bring your cash offer down. All the offers are gonna come down based upon what you enter here, right? So I'm gonna leave it at 0 because the two highest comps don't have a finished basement. And then we have our third highest comp, which is only 86, which is very low. I'm sure this doesn't have a finished basement either. It's in good shape too. I mean, not bad. Yeah, the basement. And an easy way to tell as well is that it's a 2 bed, 1 bath. Usually the basement, you can add 2 more bedrooms and a bath. So like 3 bed, it could be like a 3 bed, 2 bath. So um we can go into details again, see if it has a basement. So you can see that right there, unfinished basement. So again, if I enter this, look at this. So if I enter this square footage here, you're gonna see the cash offer on the bottom, 94, right? Now if I take off the square footage, I'm probably gonna see the offer go even higher. So see that 120. So your offer difference by 20 grand. That's a huge difference, right? I didn't enter the comps in here yet, so let me enter that first. So it's only 146, 158, and 86. Wait a second, I didn't sort it. So I made a mistake here. So I gotta sort it from high to low, right? Um so you see the highest sold now, 170, 165, 165. These have a 3-1. So we're just gonna check again on that basement. It says expensive basement. So this one looks like it has that, finish. Could be like a partially finished basement in the bed, like the extra bedroom or something. Yeah, this is the basement. So it needs work, but it's partially finished. So we can use these 170, 165, 165. These are a lot higher. And then again, we're checking pictures. So important things to check. Chicago, Indiana, have basements. If you're in Florida, there's no basement, so you're gonna worry about that. So you're gonna look, based upon your market, what's going on. This one I don't see any pictures of a basement. It doesn't look like there is a basement in this one. Let's see, interior basement. So once it says crawl space, that means no basement, right? So you can also use another tool again that I always you can always use is just use your inside deal machine. You put the address of the comp you're using inside of deal machine, and then hopefully it pops up. Looks like this address is not coming up here. But if the address does pop up in deal machine, maybe it's because I'm zooming. When I zoom, it goes really slow. You can see, go to their basement, right there, unfinished, finish. It will tell you if it's finished, if it's unfinished. So that's another way you can get the basement if it's finished or unfinished. Again, it's a huge difference if you get that wrong, right? Um, so again, so we got 170, 165, 165, 70, 165, 165. Looks like you put an 85% ARV. The highest we would go is 75. So wholesale fee 10,000, market rent. Just gonna verify that. So do the Zillow rental calculator. Wait a second. Didn't pull up. You should just bookmark this Zillow rental calculator. And you just take the address, plug it in, and see what the market rent is for this one. So it's close to 1,400. So you put 900 in here. You definitely want So again, Zillow rental calculator, it's free. Just go to the website. If you just Google it, you'll find it. So so let's look at those comps again that we're actually using. So again, make sure you sort, you sort from high to low. It's important because it's going to take the highest sold ones. So this one's a 2-1, 781 square feet. I'm pretty sure this basement's unfinished. Let's see, property details, interior. So you have a unfinished basement here. It's not finished. Let me finish. And then, so I'm gonna use that 165 comp. This 165 comp, so it has an extra bedroom, right? So if we're gonna get our property comparable, we gotta add a bedroom. So, we would have to finish the basement to add a bedroom, right? Because there's no space. So with these two, 170, 165, 165, I'm using these three. Since I only have a 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, I have to finish my basement, so I have to add that square footage in here, right? Another thing you can do is if you want to get the comps at 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom and not finish the basement. So you're not adding a bedroom, you're not adding anything. So these three here, 165, 155, 158. And then you would take off. So you can see the difference. So either one would actually work as far as the offer. See, the offer is 63. So let's say I change that, right? I take off the basement square footage and I use the comps that are 2 1s that don't have a finished basement. 165, 158, 155. Let's see the offer difference. What's going to happen here, right? So you saw that the offer went higher because of I don't have to finish my basement. So that's good. And then you want to double check. So the next thing, and you can use either one. Like I would be fine with you finishing the basement using these comps, or fine getting using these with unfinished basement and taking the square footage off. Either way, they both work. Either way, we have to double check. So we're gonna go look at everything active on the market. We're gonna sort it from low to high now. And the next thing I do is I take off square footage to see if maybe there's a house selling bigger, selling cheaper. And I want to see if I'm an investor, I'm gonna buy a house in this neighborhood. Can I buy a cheaper deal? Right? Can I buy a cheaper deal in this neighborhood for a gut rehab? So this is 49,000 and it says investor opportunity. There's no pictures, but I'm pretty sure there's a total rehab. 79. This one's in decent shape, but the outside looks like it needs everything. So the cheapest deal you can find a gut rehab in this area is 49. And I like to zoom out to about a mile. You can go, if you want to check everything, you can go back a little more, 2 mile, like this is probably like 3 miles. But you can see 49 is the cheapest deal in Michigan City. So I gotta check my offer, make sure that I match, right? So you see that 83, that's too high, right? So if I got it under contract at 83, sold it for 93, guess what? An investor would go in this market and say, hey, I can buy this one, 49, same thing, got rehab, 49, I can buy this one, I can buy this one for 79. There's three deals that they can buy cheaper than you, right? So I need to adjust. So what does that mean? I need to adjust my offer based upon the comps, right? So, and this one has more square feet too, right? So this one has more square footage, it has additional bathroom. The outside doesn't look too bad. I'm pretty sure the inside needs everything. But I need to beat this comp. It's active. An investor can buy this, right? Right now. Um, Things, things to look out for when doing this is if it's a short sale. Short sales are usually priced super low just to get an offer to start the bank approval. So I would have, if this is like a short sale or maybe an auction property, it's like a bank owned auction property where they start very low and they bid it up. I would avoid those as the lowest actives, right? But I have to adjust this. So this area I might need to be 60%. Let's see. So I'm still too high. So 59. So I'm gonna get under contract 59 and sell for 10. So I need to even go lower, right? 50. So if I get under contract for 43, sell for 53. I want to be below the 49, right? Because I want to be so yeah, this one even at 47. Super low, right? So that's how you have to adjust your numbers based upon what you see active on the market, okay? Um, so you should do this on every offer. If you're making the rent to own offer, the option listing offer, because this is going to change the rent to own offer, the wholesale rent to own, sandwich rent to, and the straight option offer. So these numbers will all adjust the pricing on all the other offers will adjust at the same time. So I'm going to save this. And that's the way to wholesale. I mean, if an investor can go into a market and buy a cheaper deal, they're just going to buy the other deal. Why would they buy yours, right? So you have to think like you're the investor. So I'm gonna send you these offers. This is a gut rehab, so we're not making rent to own offers. We're not making any of those type of offers because we can't, we can't cash flow it. So which address is this? 433 Johnson. So with the letter of intent, on the bottom is the Airbnb offers. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of the rent to own offers. So this is all like overcoming objections on rent to own and Airbnb offer. So we only have two options here. We have option listing, which is really high. I would probably lower that. Option two, which is the cash offer at 39. So this is, you don't want to send when you're making offers, these are your max offers. So you don't want to just send these offers. You want to start maybe lower, maybe start at 29. The option listing, usually have them name their number first and don't ever go above that number, right? Like if you send this, what if they wanted like 70, right? And you can get it at 70 rather than this high, right? So make only one offer at a time. Don't send all the offers, make the cash offer first. And if they reject it, and let's say the option listing works, we get an option agreement to purchase. We utilize our network of realtors. We list it on the market. We add our fee on top. Um, that's how the option listing works. So these are the only two offers I can make on this property. Okay, and I'll send this video. But don't just send this offer to the owner, like this, because again, um, you want to see, you want to start with a cash offer because the cash offer we can get paid in 2 weeks. We can get, hopefully 10 grand in 2 weeks, right? Whereas a straight option offer, we need to find a retail buyer and that may never even sell if he's too high, right? Let's say he wants 90 grand and we try to sell it for 115 on the market and nobody wants it. Now we don't get paid. But if we made the 39 grand offer, I mean, if we sent both offers, he's going to go with the higher one, right? So you want to do one offer at a time. Don't send multiple offers at the same time to the owner. You want to just start with one. If they reject it, move to the next offer. Now, if you're making rent to own offers, you start with the you start with a cash offer, and if they reject it, you're only going to send one offer, the cash offer. If they reject it, then you're going to push this offer, the sandwich rent to own, where we stay in the middle of the deal. And the reason is these two make the most money for us and win the most profit. Whereas the ones on the bottom make the least profit, right? So if once they reject the sandwich rent to own and you're only making rent to own offer if it's in great condition, you can rent it out as is. Then you do the lease option offer next. Of course, you see the price goes higher, the rent goes higher. So they get a higher price, but just don't just send all the offers at one time, okay? So I'm gonna send this, and then we're gonna end this record.